felt that police department did not do their job, and the prosecutor had had a lot of weak material to work with.
Well, what happened today was a very good thing. Mr. Davidovich's jury came back after 3.5 hours and acquitted him of all counts. In our post-verdict conversations with the jurors, they all said that there was only one holdout, and they saw from the beginning that there was no case here, and I was tremendously gratified to see that. My opponent, or our opponent, Ms. Pham, really put a lot of time, effort, and I don't know exactly how to put it, but she was very into her job. I was concerned because of her diligence that she might turn their heads, but fortunately the jurors who we were able to pick saw the case for what it was from the outset, and all of them were as offended by the prosecution as I am. And I hope that the prosecution learns something from this. They're very slow learners, as we know, and this has to change. They're not obeying the will of the people. They are not doing society any benefit. This is all politically motivated and part of the Republican right-wing agenda, and it simply cannot continue. And the sooner our prosecutors learn that, the better off we all will be.
Thank you, Mr. McCabe, for the amazing work. There is not a better medical marijuana or criminal defense or otherwise attorney in San Diego. I believe that the best possible defense that could have been presented was presented, and the jury saw that and said it themselves after we had a chance to speak with them even. What an amazing job the defense did.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I thought that we had a very good case going in, but these are the ones that are the most difficult because I saw it as mine to lose, and that we should have won the case, and those are the ones that I feel the most pressure on, those that should win, and unfortunately don't always. So I'm certainly happy in this particular instance that we were able to do justice, and justice was done.
Amen.
Come in, Bahar.
Let's talk about it.
Well, first of all, this is my co-counsel, Bahar Ansari. This was her first trial, her first victory. It's a good way to start. She did a hell of a job for us. She worked tirelessly, nights, weekends, always getting telephone calls. I had to tell her not to call me after 9 o'clock at night because I got to sleep. But she doesn't because she's so much younger. Without her assistance, this would not have been possible. She really took a huge load off my shoulders and carried more than her fair share. She did an excellent job of preparing and examining witnesses, and she's the person who convinced Dr. Clark to come forward and to come to our rescue when we were having a heck of a time getting Mr. Davidovich's recommending physician, Dr. Augusta, to come forward. He flat out refused, just to testify that the 14 grams of hashish was a reasonable amount for 6 months, and we couldn't get anyone else from that organization to come forward. And Bahar and talking with Lance determined that, hey, this is a good idea, and got him to come in on a moment's notice right before the day before he's set to go to Europe, and we were able to jam him on over vigorous objections by Ms. Fong, and I'm afraid it might have gone the other way, at least on count 4, if we hadn't been able to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Mike. And I learned so much from this man. So lucky to have been able to do my first trial with him. He was just brilliant, incredible, and a wonderful attorney and human being, I think. So.
I showed her how easy it is to piss judges off, that's for sure. And what not to do. But I hope that that some of the I guess practice points which I've picked up over the years, which we utilized in this particular case, were helpful to her. She's got a great career ahead of her, and she's a fine lawyer, and will only get better. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it.
If I end up being half as good as you, I'll consider myself very successful.
Well,
Thank
you're
you both
already there.
for everything, and Bahar, thank you for agreeing to take my case on, without no money, and for just like Mr. McCabe said, spending all the nights and weekends and everything preparing and arguing, and it would not have gone as it did if it hadn't been for your help and for the expertise of Mr. McCabe here. Do you guys think that this verdict or this case will affect any of the others coming up? Do you think this helps create that regulatory framework that the DA was accusing us of trying to make here in the city?
Well, I certainly hope so. I hope that they take a good hard look at what they're doing and why they're doing it. I really don't understand it. I don't understand how our district attorney can take the positions that she does when her job is to protect society, and this certainly does not protect society. The wrong-headed policies which they continue to pursue do nothing but frustrate the intent of the legislature and of the people in attempting to make medical marijuana generally available to those who need it. And I hope that they will realize that this tactic is not going to continue, it's not going to succeed. It hasn't succeeded previously, it's not going to succeed in the future, and that they abandon it and go back to representing the interests of their constituents. We can only hope.
But justice was served today. Thank God for that.
No doubt about that.
It was a beautiful thing to witness. Having been my first time sitting there at the table waiting for the verdict to be read, I can't even explain how nerve-wracking it was, and I didn't even realize how emotional I was until they read the verdict, and I felt it all right there. It was a wonderful feeling.
Yeah. Thank you, Bahar. Thank you, Mr. McCabe. And can we get everybody behind the camera here so we can all show everybody who's here, all the supporters who've been here? Terry, come here to the front, please. You've been one of the most active and helpful.
You go up front.
Everybody take a group shot here. Right. Hey guys, come over to take a picture.
Come on over, short guy.
Right.
We win! Finally. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, we win!
Hey, cheese.